Hadi Om Tat Sat. Welcome back to the exploring the mind and the heart. We have a beautiful mind, each and every one of us. And we all have a beautiful heart. And from time to time, both the heart and the mind can get contaminated. So the yogis, they spend a lot of time to focus the mind. The yogis recognize a concentrated mind is a relaxed mind. So we'll do a technique today to try and focus the mind. And then we'll do a technique to open the heart space. And again, the spiritual being, the Atma, the yogis recognize resides within the heart space, the Hridayakash. And we project our consciousness from here over the whole micro universe from head to toe. And we think the Atma is sometimes in here because we have 7 out of the 9 gates in the head. We're always using the ears, the nose, the eyes, the mouth. So we spend a lot of our consciousness here. And I think a lot of time people forget this region as well, the heart space. So how to go deeper. So the techniques the yogis they left for us were so amazing so that we can address different part of us, head and heart. Chida, we always call it mind space, Chidakash, the heart space, Hridayakash. So let's come into a nice, comfortable seated posture. Bring the palms on the knees, touch the tip of the thumbs, tip of the index fingers. Close the eyes softly. Moving into stilling the physical body. Kaya Styram, stillness of the body. Take your awareness to the right foot from the toes to the heel. The right foot is still. To the left foot is solid. To the entire right leg from the toes, passing the calf, the knee, the thigh to the right hip girdle. The entire right leg is immovable. To the entire left leg is solid. Bring the focus to the entire right leg from the toes, passing the calf, the knee, the thigh to the right hip girdle. The entire right leg is stable. The entire left leg, toes to hip, entire left leg is solid. Take your awareness to the pelvic floor, the glutes, the lower back, the front of the pelvis. The entire pelvic floor is grounded. To the entire back, from the glutes to the shoulders, the entire back is still. Take your awareness to the right hand, fingertips to the wrist, right hand is rigid. To the left hand is steady. to the entire right arm, from the fingertips passing the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm to the right shoulder blade. The entire right arm is immovable. To the entire left arm, fingertips to shoulder. Entire left arm is stable. Take the awareness to the neck. The neck is motionless. To the head is completely still. Take your awareness to the whole body and imagine the whole body is like a statue, immovable, stable. As the physical body moves into stillness more and more as time progresses, let's work on quieting the mind. The mind has many thoughts moving in and out. Most of those thoughts are from the past or the future. The yogis are grateful that the mind can project in the past, tap into memories so we know where we live. We know certain things, how to get back home. Yogis are grateful the mind can project in the future so we can set goals. Yogis are also happy that the mind can be in the present moment. Liberating the mind from the tension of the past or the future. Bring the mind on the breath at the entrance of the nostrils without controlling the breath. Just witness it moving in and out. Identify the slight temperature change of your amazing breath. As the breath comes in, it is slightly cooler at the entrance of the nostrils. It goes through purification, detoxification. As the breath leaves the nostrils with prana, it comes out a little warmer. See if you can identify the slight temperature change of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils now. Move your focus of your mind to the breath in the rib cage. Try not to alter the movement of the rib cage, just witness it. As you inhale, the rib cage naturally makes a small movement up and out. As you exhale, it makes a small movement in and down. Stay in the present moment with the breath in the rib cage now. Keeping the mind in the present moment some more. This time move the focus to the breath in the abdomen. And again, it's natural. Thoughts from the past or future wants to come in. Don't fight the thoughts. Recognize they have come in and then bring it back to the breath. The breath is the backdrop to our life. Stay in the present with the breath in the abdomen now. Bring the focus back to the center of the eyebrows now. And as you gaze into the Chida, the mind space, you, the spiritual being, the Atma, projecting your awareness, consciousness in the mind. We're gonna see if we can keep the mind in the present by counting backwards. Dharan technique from 200 backwards. And we're gonna count in threes. So I'm gonna count mentally 200, 197, 194, 191, 188. You're going to count backwards. If you lose count, start all over again from 200 and see if you can reach all the way down to 0. Take your time, no rush. Imagine you have your beautiful psychic blackboard and you can see the numbers appearing there as you mentally count backwards. 200 backwards now. Excellent. Remember the number you're at now. Gazing into the center of the eyebrows. I want you to now remember a being you've met before who has full control over their mind and senses. Patanjali explains, if you meditate on the mind of such a great soul, you overcome the chatter of the mind. Can be someone you come across from history as well, a previous guru. Hold that being in your mind, only that person in the mind now. Don't let the person mutate. If you see the person sitting, keep them sitting. You see the person standing, keep them standing. Don't mutate. Choose one form of them and hold that form steady. Very good. Now I want you to contemplate an uplifting experience. Maybe you saw something that was uplifting. Maybe you heard something that was uplifting. Maybe you smelt something that was uplifting. Choose one of the experiences that was uplifting through the senses. Great sage Patanjali explains in the sutras, choose something that's uplifting and focus on it. The mind becomes evolved, quiet. Choose something and don't mutate it. You've had many uplifting experiences before in life. Choose one of those now and keep it steady in the mind. Very good. Now let that image go and let's project our consciousness from the Atma, from the spiritual self. This time, leave the mental plane, leave the Chitta, enter the heart space, Hridayakash. Bring your awareness to the beautiful region behind that beautiful space behind the breastbone and in front of the backbone. Become aware of that region, that space between the breastbone and the backbone. Become aware of the space between the diaphragm from the lower ribs to the clavicle. As you inhale, you feel the space naturally expands, the heart space expands. As you exhale, it naturally contracts. Stay in the present in that amazing Hridayakash, the heart space now. As you keep your awareness in this heart space, I want you to now experience your amazing heartbeat. Find your heartbeat now. The yogis recognize this heartbeat's been taking place ever since the 25th day after the spermatozoa meets the egg. The first yoga, the first union, we have a little heart that starts to beat 25th day after, and ever since then, up to now, your heart is beating. Become aware, find the thump, doom, doom, doom. Stay with the heartbeat now. Yogis recognize the heart is only beating because of the presence of you, the true spiritual being, the Atma. You're providing spiritual prana to the heart. And as the spiritual prana comes out, the Atma also have many different emotions. The spiritual emotion that comes out first from your true higher self is love. Imagine that beautiful region, that space behind the breastbone and the backbone, clavicle to diaphragm, is filled with this powerful emotion of love. You've experienced love many times, love for the earth, love for the plants, love for another living entity, an animal, for a fellow human being. And I want you to choose a color to pervade that beautiful heart space, the color of love. Choose your color for love now. all other emotions that come through the mind, body, organism are secondary to love. As we have explored this incarnation on the earth planet, we've all experienced the emotion of anger. I want you to experience a time when you were angry, and give it a color in the heart space. Choose a color for anger now. We've all experienced quietness in the mind, quietness, total stillness. Give total stillness in your heart space, color, experience quietness, and give it a color in the heart space now. As we go through our incarnation on this earth planet, we've all experienced fear. Remember a time when you were fearful? And give fear a color in the heart space now. We've all experienced joy in this incarnation. Remember a time when you were joyful? Bring up one of those moments and give joy a color in the heart space now. In this incarnation, the heart space is always going through different emotions. Another one of the secondary emotions is jealousy. Remember a time when we were jealous of another living entity, and give jealousy a color in the heart space. In this incarnation, we've all experienced gratitude. Gratitude from our parents, gratitude for the planet, gratitude for so many things. Contemplate gratitude in their heart space and give gratitude a beautiful color now. In this incarnation, we've been told we're not qualified, you couldn't do it. You found that amazing courage to persevere and go get it. Remember a time when you were very courageous, going against the natural flow of the tide, and give courage a color in the heart space. As we go through this incarnation, we've all experienced where we share this amazing love coming out of the heart to other living entities and compassionate acts. Remember a time when you were compassionate and create a beautiful color for compassion in the heart space now. As you keep your awareness in the heart space, I want you to recognize right next to you is Paramatma, Lord in the heart, and recognize the Lord in the heart created all these emotions and have all these emotions in fullest. And you recognize that throughout one day, you can go through all these different types of emotions, from love to anger to fear to jealousy to courage. As an emotional being, the yogis sit back and recognize when they're there so we don't overreact to them. Humbly request the Lord in the heart to bless you with the higher emotions more and more and more, such as courage, compassion, love. The Lord in the heart knows our evolution. We can have that dialogue. As we meditate, we're able to listen to God in the heart. Have a beautiful dialogue with the Lord in the heart and request the Lord in the heart to bless you with the higher emotions now. You recognize all the different emotions that go through the mind and body are all secondary to the love emotion. We start to resonate with this higher frequency of love, love for the planet, love for plants, animals, love for divinity. We can purify ourselves from the secondary emotions more and more. As your heart beat, find your heartbeat again, and as it beats, imagine the emotion, that color that you chose for love. Remember that color that you chose. Imagine as the heart beats, that color is pumped and distributed throughout the whole organism from head to toe. And that love prana heals every part of your atoms, cells, tissues, organs, systems. Imagine that color being distributed from the heartbeat, boom, 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 throughout the whole body for the next minute. Good. And as we're going to leave the heart space, this sacred space inside, want to take it with us into the outside world. Move your awareness back to the Chidaakash, that space behind the forehead. And I want you to mentally repeat your Sankalpa. I am an ambassador of love and compassion 3 times now. You want to try and manifest this Sankalpa more and more, because the deep spiritual being whom we are is sending this naturally out, these emotions. The world is looking for examples of spiritual beings, and each and every one of us have that ability to tap into those higher forces more and more. Let's externalize the consciousness, become aware of the breath at the entrance of the nostrils, moving in and out. Become aware of the room you're sitting in. Move the stillness in the fingers. Move the fingers slowly, break the stillness. Bring your left palm on the heart, right palm on the top, and feel that heartbeat. And recognize, yes, I am beyond the elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether. I am beyond the lower emotions as a spiritual being. I am governed by love and compassion. And let's try and be an example of it more and more. The more we meditate together, we inspire each other to become more and more examples of these higher frequencies. Grateful for each and every one of you for sharing your association with us today. Bring the palms together, balancing the solar energy in the right palm, the lunar energy in the left palm. Let's chant the together once. Om. Lower the head towards your higher self and towards Paramatma, your deity in the heart. Namaste. Lift the head and the eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you all so much for sharing your time with us, your prana, your energy with us, and helping each other to let this compassion and love grow in us so we don't react to the lower emotions and keeping the mind focused. Hope you all were able to put someone who has a great mind in their mind. Hope you're able to find something uplifting in the mind. Hope you reach zero counting back. It's a beautiful practice, discipline the mind, stay in the present. Because mind always going past and future, but keep it here. Have a beautiful rest of the evening if you're in America, if you're in Australia, New York, Sydney, Hong Kong, Singapore, have a beautiful day. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mahal, thank you, Bashak.
Thank you.
Mahalo, Mai.
Thank
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jennifer. Mahalo, Joanne.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. Mahalo, Greg. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Astrid. Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Noreen.
Thank you, Yogichiro.
Thank you, Mahalo, Shifumi. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Kit.
My foot fell asleep. That was fun.
Thank you, Evan. Thank you, Orit. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tifarad. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Evelyn. Thanks, Cassie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Evan G. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Susan. Hari Om Tat Sat.